this whole path of self-transformation became powerfully conscious to humanity through the work of a channel. Back then we were called mediums, whose name was Eva Pierakos. And one of the important things that Eva, the guide who came through Eva, taught us is that when you open as a channel or a medium, it is very, very important to continue to work on yourself in just the way that Spirit described, that Rhonda is doing, that I am doing, and that I'm sure many of you here are doing. This guide told us that this path, the path of self-transformation, is not easy. It can actually be crazy making at times, because it seems like you go over the same material within yourself again and again and again and again and again. But each time you do, you are letting more light in to dissolve the particles of resistance within you to being in heaven. The particles of resistance within you to loving yourself. The particles of resistance within you to letting God in. The particles of resistance within you to letting radical self-forgiveness in. And the guide goes on to say that if you will stay on this path and work it day in and day out, you will see that it fulfills the promises it makes. And just as Reiki Rhonda said, she is an example of that, so am I. This path, it is not easy, but if you stay with it, it fulfills the promises it makes, and you will find yourself living in heaven as you experience yourself on earth. I love the work that I do with Spirit every morning. It used to be in my white chair. We had to get rid of that white chair because it just, it got too old and it just needed to go. And so now we have a yellow gold chair that I sit in, and I do my work with Spirit. And what is wonderful is that they will give me teachings and prayers and affirmations, and then I can share them with you all. So one of the things that Spirit gave to me, actually not in my work with myself, but I was serving a client, they said, being totally surrendered to God means being totally surrendered to happiness, joy, and fulfillment. Many people think that being surrendered to God means giving up on what you want and trusting that a higher power is causing things that you perhaps don't want to experience or do or enjoy, that the higher power will ultimately cause those things to be for your highest good. So many people say, I surrender to God's will, but it is kind of a defeatist stance. The angels emphatically said, being totally surrendered to God means being totally surrendered to happiness, joy, and fulfillment. The angels are stopping me right now because they want us to stop and pray. So take in a nice breath. I accept now being totally surrendered to the Spirit of God within me. This means I am totally surrendered to happiness, joy, and fulfillment. I am totally surrendered to happiness, joy, and fulfillment. I am now totally surrendered to happiness, joy, and fulfillment. Thank you, God. And if you allow yourself to be sensitive and to feel, you will feel the light of that prayer. It is filling your energy field right now. Take a nice deep breath, and you are letting in the state of being totally surrendered to God, which is being totally surrendered to happiness, joy, fulfillment, and peace. The teaching that Spirit that gave to me in my own work on myself this week. There are no limits to the love, joy, and fulfillment God wills for me. Feel the energy of those words. Feel the light of that truth. There are no limits to the love, joy, and fulfillment God wills for me. There are no limits to the love, joy, and fulfillment God wills for me. Breathe that in. That is the truth. Now that truth in human beings comes up against a no current. That no current says, this can't be true. Look at my negative thoughts and my feelings. Look at all I have done that has been negative and destructive in my past of this life and in the past of other lifetimes, my past lifetimes. It cannot be that there are no limits to the love, joy, and fulfillment God wills for me. Don't I have to pay a price for my destructiveness and my imperfections? And the Spirit of God says, no. All I want for you, my holy, beloved, innocent creation, is for you to allow me to fill you with my presence of love for you. And then to cause you to be love, to love yourself with all of your heart and soul and mind and being, with all that you are and all that you have. As you allow me to do this, you will not think destructively. You will not feel destructively or negatively, and you will not ever act out in an unloving, destructive way. And that is all I want for you. You see, my beloved one, you have no sin. You have nothing to atone for. You have no karmic debts to pay. There is no price you must ever pay for heaven and for your joy and fulfillment in your life on earth. There are no limits to the love, joy, and fulfillment I will for you. So as you breathe, beloved ones, let grace come into any remaining resistance you may have to being totally surrendered to God's will, that you be completely happy and totally fulfilled. Actually see the resistance that form may be taking in your life right now. Look at any experience of pain, suffering, struggle, or lack, whether it is large or small. Look at it with me, look at it with the angels, and let yourself declare, use the power of the word. This has no meaning. This is serving no purpose whatsoever. This is not God's will for me. There is no limit to the love, joy, and fulfillment God wills for me. Thank you, God, for my complete and total release from all remaining resistance to being happy and fulfilled within me. I accept this miracle now and breathe that in. And now let yourself feel your desire to live according to God's will, which means to let in limitless joy and fulfillment. And let yourself declare, there are no limits to the love, joy, and fulfillment I desire to let in as the holy, beloved, innocent, infinitely deserving creation of God. And Brother Jesus is saying, be now with me, be now with us in your authority. Declare, there are no limits to the love, joy, and fulfillment I will let in. As the holy, beloved, innocent, infinitely deserving creation of God, see and feel what you are choosing to let in, and declare with me, declare with us There is no limit to the love, joy, and fulfillment I am now letting in, because I am the holy, beloved, innocent, infinitely deserving creation of God. There are no limits to the love, joy, and fulfillment I am now letting in, because I am the holy, beloved, innocent, infinitely deserving creation of Mother, Father, God. And breathe this in, feel it coming in through your crown, going to your belly, going to your solar plexus, going deep within. Thank you, God. And just breathe your consciousness back to this time and whatever place you are in. And we're going to focus now on abundance, prosperity, financial freedom. Spirit teaches us that we are here on the earth to enjoy everything, that this is why we were created by God. This is our purpose, and God is always supporting us in fulfilling that purpose. And so we must, in order to fulfill that purpose, allow ourselves to accept and receive overflowing prosperity, wealth, and financial ease. Declare with me, the will of God for me is overflowing prosperity, abundance, wealth, and financial ease. The will of God for me is overflowing abundance, wealth, prosperity, and financial ease, so that I can enjoy everything and help my siblings to enjoy everything. Thank you, God. I accept the release of all blockages within me to my receiving and enjoying overflowing abundance, prosperity, wealth, financial freedom, and financial ease. And you breathe that in